Hello, everybody. Hopefully there's people here. I'm still getting used to how this works, so let's see. Hello, happy viewer. I'm about to get started. I'm going to go ahead and open a document for my OC warm-up that I'm going to do. I put the word out on Blue Sky and Twitter about this, but I only heard back from one person. I think in the future I might take OCs from the chat, but for today, since one person responded, actually, hang on. Let's do this fairly. I'm going to spin the wheel of names. Has one person on it, so that's what's going to happen. Alrighty. All right. So I'm going to be warming up with a little, just a little chibi sketch of this character. It says Hunter 2X. Just to get my muscles loosened, ready to animate. Otherwise, I could hurt myself. Because animation, as we all know, is extremely physically grueling. I'm not sure if I can check a chat. Oh, weird. It's got me on under a different account. I assume you guys... Yep, it's on this account. Oh, well, in that case, I'll just start sketching. I want to make this guy look really super happy. Hi, Casey. I'm going to do my best to check the chat, but I'm pretty sure it shows everybody my screen when I do that. Actually, I think I can change that here. Why is it showing my Discord? It shouldn't be. I should have my Discord closed. This is confusing. Let's see. Can I do this? Does that make things worse? I can make this smaller, and then I can check the chat over here, maybe. All right, let's see. for anyone who just joined, I'm just doing a little warm-up sketch, and I put the word out on Twitter and Blue Sky, asking for people to post their OCs. And I got this cutie, so I figured I'd do him to warm up a little. I don't know if his horns are like respond to gravity or if they're just always sort of floating up. I'll just have to wing it. I think those are, oh, he has one demon wing and one angel wing. Okay, I was wondering what this black thing behind his head was, and then I looked at the other drawing. Tiny's here. Hello, and Yellow Leaf. Welcome, welcome. I'm just doing a warm-up sketch. I'm picking someone's OC to do. I think I'm going to try to do this at the start of my streams, is pick someone's OC and do a warm-up sketch of them. I think his body's getting a bit big. He's got that little kid body, although it's not that little. But he could look more chibi. The monarchy has returned. I love when characters have these teensy tiny little feet. Like they just barely stick out. That's like my favorite thing ever to draw. Oh no. Wait, why is that? Is the stream not recording? So you guys can hear me, but you can't see anything? It says it's streaming. Okay, let me stop and start it. Let me try this. I can change to a different capture. Is that any better? Yeah, I see it on my preview screen, but yeah, see, what's weird is I closed Discord. Let me Control-Alt-Delete. Make sure it's actually closed. Welcome to the inside of my computer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's closed. I mean, I'm not streaming through the site, I'm streaming through OBS, but let me check my capture stuff. All right, let's change it to, here, let's change it to display capture. Maybe that'll do it. Yeah, you guys are seeing all that, but then for some reason, okay. Unfortunately, I think what I'm going to try is restarting my computer, so I'm going to have to disappear for a bit, but I'll be right back. See, I'm not in, wait, am I in Chrome? Wait, that would explain so much. Nope, that's not Chrome. I'm in Firefox. Okay. Chrome shouldn't even be running. Window capture. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And it always has trouble with Krita though. All right, I'm gonna try restarting because there's something really wonky here. Hopefully it doesn't mess everything up. Appreciate your patience, everybody. I'll be right back. Actually, I think it's showing up now. But I still don't have a way to get into the chat. You guys just get to see everything on my channel. Thrill as I mess things up. I hate that I can only get to, oh crap, how do I get to the actual? Okay. Can you guys see it now? You guys are so patient. I appreciate it. It's 2x. All right, cool. I didn't even have to restart. I just realized I had to switch. I don't know. I won't bore you guys with the details, but so far so good. Okay, so here's Hunter 2X's character. I'm going to start winding down on him because I want to go ahead and get to WCA because I assume that's what you guys are here for. Well, this character has been super fun to draw. Wait, no, I think the black is, yep, nope, the black is up there. He's just got like a little tiny anime fox nose. See if I can draw these squiggles. Actually, they might look better if they're a lighter color. So is everyone having a good summer so far? Now the pool's just opened here. We're all pretty excited about that. Oh, he has like a little collar. Little feetsies. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you got here. I was like, I hope the person who submitted this shows up. You actually were the only person to submit something, so you won by default. I know, it's so cool. I didn't even notice till after I started drawing him that he has one devil wing and one angel wing. I was just like, oh, little guy with angel wings. And then my brain, for some reason, maybe because it's black, it receded into the background. I didn't see it at first. Then I started drawing and I was like, hang on. Hello and welcome anyone who just joined us. I'm just doing a little warm-up sketch, almost done, and then I'm going to get started on some WCAnimated. If any of you guys have been in my previous streams that I've done with Warrior Cats Animated before, I was working on this one shot for like a really long time. So the good news is I've actually begun a new shot, so I will be introducing that tonight. Spoilers, it's the same characters that I was animating before though, which is kind of funny. I didn't plan it that way, it just worked out. Okay, cool. My tool options, let's grow this by 3 pixels. Nope, not you, you. There we go. All right, I think he's pretty much good to go. Let me give him a little definition in here. There we go. Nope, that didn't do anything. All right, I'm not going to get all caught up in coloring him. But yep, there he is. I will be posting that a little bit later. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me get some of these details in here. And he's got these little paw prints. Looks like he's got one on either side. And he has an L Yeah. Oh, and the flower. Aha, the flower is optional. Perhaps I will leave it out. Oh, the flower's cute though. I'll leave it out for now. I'm going to go ahead and jump into stuff. But this guy was super duper fun to draw. He was really cute. I'm glad you posted him. Okay, so I'm going to, let me close this. I saved it. So I'll come back later and export it. So here we go. We've got Blue Star and Spotted Leaf once again. Spoilers, you can see what they're saying here. I use Krita. Hey, Toon! I can't afford Harmony. Well, that's not true. I have a copy, but it's paid for by, because I work on Hell of a Boss as well, and so they were able to get me a license. I don't know how common that is, but all right. So actually, not a whole lot happens in this shot except they're talking to each other. So the main thing I'm going to struggle with is getting this pose done. You make the boards really light colored. Krita is actually pretty powerful. It's nowhere near as powerful as Toon Boom Harmony for a lot of things, but as far as like just straight hand-drawn animation that you don't mind coloring yourself in the sort of traditional way of point and select and fill, but as far as like actually hand-drawn, it's pretty incredible, and it does a great job, a professional job even. And I like that it has this feature where you can have reference images open. So I've got Blue Star right here. I'm gonna have to organize my stuff. Let's see. I wish there was a way to crop these is the only thing. I'd have to actually bring it in. Oh man. Blue Star is a difficult character. Let's bring the layout down to there. We all struggle with Blue Star. I haven't really started animating yet. I'm really just trying to get this pose down, so I'm sort of following the boards, but I'm also playing around with like foot placement and little details. And in a second here, I'm trying to get in and really get her expression. I think the expression in the boards is really nice for what's going on in this scene, so I'm going to try to mimic it as much as I can. So normally when we animate on Warrior Cats, we start really rough. I think lately we've been calling it the bobblehead pass, where we just like, oh crap, I'm on the wrong layer. I'm a professional, I promise. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, it's up here. Yeah, we normally start really rough, but in this scene there's not any movement, so I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to get just this first face down, and making sure I'm keeping her roughly proportionate, the shape of her eyes and all this other stuff, because there's just not a lot of movement to play with as far as the planning stage. So you'd think that would make my job easier, but because of this crazy angle, like I'm definitely probably going to have a series of revisions as we go back and forth on how she looks standing like this, and Spotted Leaf too. Oh yeah, Blue Star's gorgeous. She's such a lady. Very classy. too much from the 3/4 angle. It's good to stay rough at the beginning like this, so if you mess up, you didn't draw too much. That's why I turned my roughs off for a second and looked at the boards again more closely. Good night. She totally would drink tea. She has Spotted Leaf bring her like some water in a little cup in which Spotted Leaf has put various herbs every night. Still not right. I need to draw the structure a little better. There we go. Okay, I think I've sort of got her in place. Though as much as I like her leg here, I feel like it's too far forward. Start drawing Spotted Leaf. Because sometimes when I draw one character, I end up changing how I draw the other character. gosh, did I do it again? How do I keep going down to that layer? I think I'm hitting a shortcut. Happy asks if anyone has a favorite dog breed. I think around here we're really big fans of corgis. We have too many cats right now, but one day when we have less cats, we might get a dog. Not that cats and dogs can't get along, it's just there's too many animals in my life. I need less. What about you, Happy? What's your favorite breed? Oh yeah, German Shepherds are cool. They were probably my favorite breed when I was a kid. They're still up there for me. Because I was really into wolves, so any dog that even vaguely resembled a wolf, even though German Shepherds don't really look exactly like wolves, but they have like the triangle ears and the long snout. So in my kid brain, I was like, yeah, it's like a wolf. Oh, wolfhounds are so cool. They're so huge. Uh, like if I think it's okay to make a wolf dog? I'm not sure what that question means. I guess people who want to own one just to be like, oh, I have a wolf, like it can be a little weird. And a lot of people who want that is like the status. That can be really wrong. But I guess wolf dogs, it just happened because the dog wandered off into the wild and got together with a wolf and they had puppies. That's just going to happen sometimes, maybe. Not as much as it used to, but. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I still think they're cool. Like, I guess there's just like, problems with, I don't know, people wanting to have one because it's like having a wild animal as a pet. Like, that can be a problem. But I think the idea of them are kind of cool. Like, I don't know. Yeah, as a kid, I grew up on Jack London, so that's like his most famous stories are about wolf dogs. Like, that's what White Fang was. So I was definitely like, yeah.
Do you want to sleep in, Lucy?
I guess in kind of like a older romantic sense, they seem really cool. Oh, and White Fang. Was that White Fang or Call the Wild? Yeah, I think it might. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure, like, it's been a while since I've read them, but, yeah, I'm sure there's probably stuff in there that's not fantastic. Wasn't it like a revenge thing, too? He got, like, oh no, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read it. I should go back and check it out sometime. Somebody a while back, there was a French animator who did a version of To Build a Fire. If you guys ever read that short story by Jack London, let me see if I can find it. It had kind of a cool style. Yeah, there it is. I probably shouldn't post this and make you guys leave my channel, but I'll post it anyway. Let me see if I can post it in here. Oh, I don't think it's gonna let me. It's my own YouTube channel. I can do what I want. All right. Well, if you just Google To Build a Fire or YouTube search To Build a Fire, it was like the first thing that came up for me. Yeah. I think Jack London was taking some artistic license there to make the dog seem really fierce. And I guess in a way, if it was in Call of the Wild, it would have been illustrating the, like, it would have been symbolizing the dog's, like, rejection of civilization in any form. Like, he was going straight into the wild. Because Call of the Wild is about, like, a tame animal becoming, he never became a true wild animal, but he became feral. And then White Fang is like the opposite story, a wild animal that becomes tame. It is a warrior dog. He went and joined a warrior group. He did end up like finding a mate and stuff. Because I mean, that's where the idea is that that's sort of where White Fang came from. I don't think it's like necessarily canon, but it's. I don't know if he joined a pack though. I don't remember. There isn't a warrior dog series, is there? I know there's lions and by the Aarons or by Scholastic or whatever. Not Scholastic. Who owns Warriors? I don't even remember. I know there's like a series for bears and there's one for lions, but I don't know if there's one for dogs. I don't remember. Oh, Survivors. Is that about dogs? Oh, okay. There is one. Okay. Man, Blue Star's so difficult, but I started lip syncing her a little bit. Oh, really? Was it just really weirdly written, or? Apologize about the noisiness if you guys heard that. I was lowering my desk. I guess those series must have done well, but it's interesting that they never did as well as Warrior Cats. I wonder why. Were they just not as well thought out, or people just like cats more, maybe? Yeah, people don't really get into them as much as the original series. I personally feel that maybe it was that, like, Warriors already scratched that itch. And it did a pretty good job of, like, the world building and setting up stuff. And so anything that was different than that was maybe not going to be as needed anymore. Because people are like, well, I could just read Warriors and it's a little bit better set up, maybe. I don't know. And again, I haven't read them, so I shouldn't be so quick to judge them. I can't really tell the difference between them. Doesn't look right. Also, I could be wrong, but are the other books, like the bears and lions, everything else that isn't Warrior Cats, are they more like about... I feel like some of them were more about journeys, and Warrior Cats was always kind of like all about like the clans. And they did have a journey at one point, but the whole point of the book was sort of like getting to know these 4 different clans and their issues and problems and stuff. But I could be wrong because I haven't actually read the other books. But whenever I've read like the descriptions on the back of the cover or whatever, it seemed to be about like they have to go on a journey and they have to do this thing. Yeah, I think it might be. I'm trying to get like the perspective, but let's shrink it down a bit and see. I'm definitely going to look at this in the morning and go, what was I thinking? I was drunk. I'm still sort of drawing her too much from a 3/4 angle. My brain just will not let that go. Let's turn this back around. Nope, now I've lost the expression. I think it's when I move the people over. I've lost her. She's run away from me. Hey, welcome, Soupy. I was like, who's Epos? Oh, wait. That's so cool. I feel like I had a handle on Blue Star earlier, now she's falling apart. I may have to flip her, but she's at an awkward angle for that. I think I'll just go an hour and a half tonight. So at 10:30 I'll be done. I don't know why I'm worrying about her markings when I can't even draw her nose right. Yep, her head's still too big. Just those giant ears. Feels like her leg's in the wrong place. Let's find out. Let's add a little structure to this. Should have done this to begin with. Let's try to wing it. It always comes back to bite me in the butt. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm slightly allergic to cats, so Blue Star's getting to me, I guess. Good news is I'm no longer allergic to my cats. I did the whole live with a cat long enough and you won't be allergic to it thing, which I guess doesn't work for everybody, but it happened to work for my case, which is good because I didn't want to get rid of my cats. Oh yeah, here's the old version. I still feel like that old sketch looks better than the new one. It's working better. This one's more accurate and size-wise, but this one's looking a little more personable. But it is off model. Yeah, the head shape on this is, the head size is much better. This one's off model, but it just has a lovely expression that I like. I gotta channel this in here somehow. Maybe it's because her head is slightly tilted. It is a little more from the front too. I keep drawing it at this 3/4 angle. That's looking a little better. Sometimes try to be a little bouncy with my lip sync, but this line is very sort of understated. So I want to bring it back and tone it down a little bit. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Uh-oh, I think my computer just froze anyway. Haha, there we go. I'll just play through this a bit. I did end up doing a little bit of lip sync. It's very rough right now because I still wasn't sure about Blue Star's angle. I'm gonna look at this again later with fresh eyes, give it another shot, and then probably send it off for red lines and draw over help because Spotted Leaf's looking a little rough and Blue Star may not be all the way there. But thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a good night.